Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 131 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Tolado. Joining me today, Christian Tolado.
I had to get up 4 times last night
Yeah,
because I was so thirsty.
thirsty.
Alright?
Those HSPs take you out.
The salt content is so much. Alright?
You got dry mouth even now. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah?
Night at night with the boys. Get the HSPs, watch the footy. The Blues.
Oh, tell you what,
Another
mate,
victory.
Sweaty win.
That's right.
We're those clean wins, alright? We're those clean wins now.
Give me those clean wins.
We're going to those sweaty
You
wins.
give me a heart attack every week,
Alright.
right?
We need those clean wins.
Now, if people don't know what we're talking about AFL.
Of course.
Greatest sport on earth.
Alright. Now, everyone knows no chapter this week.
Yeah,
Alright? We've got the call-in show.
yeah,
Couple topics to discuss with the people out there.
sure.
You want to get involved in the call-in show, you join the Discord,
It will
And
shit you
yeah.
up.
post your topic, we pull you in, we talk about it.
Sure.
Now, there's still time for you to get in on the action, alright? You got a topic you want to discuss? We're talking about it, alright? Post it in the general, do it. Other news, anime back today.
We'll see.
The preview is promising hype. Alright?
Looks decent.
Alright.
We'll take a look. Maybe.
We got, project news.
Project News. What's this?
Eric percolating on that Castle Chapter 2. Is he going to disappoint again
Maybe
and
I'm
not
feeling it. I
deliver?
don't know.
Alright? Is he going to deliver
There's
this
various
time?
ways to take Chapter 2. Reading the temperature of the community.
Sure. Talk of the show this week.
Yeah.
Is the One Piece community too insular? Alright? Are we getting out of touch with the common man? Alright? Let's talk about the show. Maybe that's a topic for Cancel Awards. Alright? Cancel Awards Chapter 2. Maybe sometime this year. Alright? Shadow Soul coming close to the end. 4 chapters.
End
left
of the
this
arc, Christian. Not the finish.
Close to the end of the arc. We've got 4 chapters left.
What if you finished it on this arc? Is it possible?
Everyone dies. They lose. Alright?
No, I assume
gonna
you set it up for some 300 chapter, 400 chapter journey.
Oh, of course. Will it ever be finished? Will I be a 40-year-old man?
Do you think
What?
the first year of chapters is what holding? What's holding people back from picking this up?
Not reading it.
No one's reading it.
There's no clicking that link.
Right.
Alright? Just click that link. Alright? Click the link.
We need the cabal on our side.
That's right.
How do we get the cabal on our side? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know how to get the cabal on our side. But we got 4 chapters left. This chapter,
Spice.
Spice. Next chapter, hype. Alright? Top tiers incoming.
Yeah,
Get hyped, alright? That's all I'm gonna say there.
sure.
Now, are we ready to get in to the call-in show?
Sure.
Alright, let's get it sorted out.
Call on show.
We're here in the call-in show.
Now, we do this whenever there's,
So
no chapter, whatever.
Chapter break.
We've this iteration of this part where there's no chapters gone through a few modifications. We do the chapter recaps.
Sure.
What if...
What?
it's possible to do a round table if we wanted to.
I feel like it's gonna go crazy, alright? The call-in show format is there for everyone to get a say.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a round table, we've got wide quality issues.
You feel like you're
we've
not...
got screaming.
I'm talking about with King of Lightning, Braga.
Oh, but everyone does that. The call-in show is for the people.
I miss King.
We'll get him on the show.
I miss the
booked a
boy. I
guest.
miss Recon.
You booked a guest.
People are busy,
Alright.
We have one guest a month.
We went like 3 months without a guest.
People doing the officials, right? Which is a good thing. People reacting to
But
the
on
officials.
Mondays.
on
when
Monday.
we record.
Can't really
It's an issue.
engage with my boys anymore. Dritz does it whenever in the morning. Doesn't want to have guests even because everyone else doing it.
Dritz is scared to have us on his show because he knows we're gonna bring the heat. We know he knows we're gonna expose him for the fraud that he is. All right, so he doesn't want us there, and that's on him. All right, that's all I can say there. Now, call-in show. We got Dart coming in first with a more personal topic. How has One Piece helped you in your personal life? Interesting. Do you want to pull Dart Man in?
We will.
Hello, Dart. Are you
Dad,
here?
you're on the show.
I am on the show. Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. Your topic is how has One Piece helped you in your personal life? Do you have a story? Do you just want to talk? You know, what's going on?
It's kind of more like just want to talk because One Piece has been in everyone's like lives, well,
Sure.
fans like for so long,
Yeah.
and like there are times like where you're just like feeling down, like you just like the worst week ever,
Yeah.
and you're just like, well, at least there's a chapter this week, at least
That's
there's
true.
an episode this week.
You know, you feel it
So,
down. You feel like you need that hype, and you just go on YouTube. And you type in, you know, Luffy versus Crocodile, and then you get the finish. You get the greatest. And nothing else matters because Monkey D is here. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you watch Whitebeard vs Arcana and you get that hype.
Of course. How can we forget? All right. How can we
Always.
forget? Just when he's man to fight it.
Mhm.
All right. You know, how has One Piece helped me in my younger years? We're talking 17, maybe a little more. You know, thinking back during a hard time, you think, you know, Monkey D could get this done. Maybe I could get this done. But now that I'm a 24-year-old man,
Did
You know.
it fuel your ambition when you were a child, Christian?
fuel the ambition. Does it still fuel the ambition?
Yes.
It still does fuel the ambition, of course. You know, we're trying to make it in the comic game. You just think... Here's the thing. Do I think about One Piece and how it inspires me? No, I think about the man owner. I know the man's working 20 hours a day. And when I get up in the morning, I'm like, I can't be bothered today. I think about the man owner. I'm like... Think about him. I'm
yeah.
like, if he could do it, I could put it in
As
at
we've
least
grown
five,
up with the
alright?
story, we've kind of like, you know, surpassed the themes that it wants to tackle.
Sure.
Um,
But we're here for the hype, you know?
but you know, the good always you gotta surpass your own will, Christian.
Yeah.
It's about infinite will
That's
and
true.
ambition. That's how we live our lives, Christian. Infinite will and ambition.
Always be ambitious, alright? Always be ambitious. But Dart, do you have your own moments you want to talk about?
I don't really necessarily have a moment, but like,
Okay.
it's just like, you know, sometimes like there's so many characters you just latch on to, and like, you know, you just get to know them. You feel like connected, and also like I don't have many really other friends that like are into One Piece.
Sure.
So like, you know, the One Piece community is not as great as it everyone makes it out to be sometimes. It has its toxicity, it has its bad apples. But then like, you know, I wouldn't have met the people in this Discord. I wouldn't
Sure.
have met people like you. I wouldn't have read your
Yeah.
comic.
That's true.
It's true. Read Saturasol.
Read it.
Now, will Dart be excited this week, Christian? Does he know what's coming?
He already read it.
Okay.
I think he was excited. I think he enjoyed
Were
it.
you excited, Dart?
Well, excited is one of the words I could use.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I enjoyed the chapter a lot. It's pretty good. Check it out.
I think when Christian, this is the question for you.
Yeah.
We'll at some point we'll be 60, 70-year-old masters, right?
Yeah.
Will the influence of the master Oda still be seen?
Of course.
In the craftsmanship of our work.
Of course.
And
How
that's
could it not
always
be forgiven?
that will always be there.
Now, it takes me back to year 12. Where, you know, you have to write those bullshit letters to yourself that you're never going to get back.
I don't remember this, but yeah.
One of the
I've
classes
done
at
those.
at year 12, it's like, oh yeah, write a letter to yourself for the 10-year reunion. Or some shit. And they keep them, they give it to you in 10
Will
years.
it be
Write a
legible?
letter. Write a letter to your future self.
Yeah.
Now,
And what I wrote in there was,
yeah.
keep alive, because we've got to find out what happens at that One Piece. Alright, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. Alright? So the influence runs deep, right? So we can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I think like you spend so much time talking about the show, reading it, getting hyped about it. Of course, it's going to influence you.
Influences the structure and the characters and
Sure.
other things you want to do. You could also talk about that with JoJo, I'm sure.
Sure. Of course.
Anyway, we appreciate
the Dart man
coming on.
coming in. All right, talking
I
about
just wanted to spread the
Good
good
times.
that is known for everyone.
Sure.
exactly. All right, thank you, Dart.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
your
your
time.
topic. All right, we
problem.
appreciate you.
Interesting topic, Christian.
We have a wholesome topic. All right, we're not talking about
What do you
power
think?
scaling.
What do you think influenced your journey more in terms of your own style? Would it be JoJo? Would it be One Piece?
Okay, let's break this down a little bit. All right. One Piece, structure wise, all right, the arc structure, the end of arc setups, setting up different shit. We always talk about the structure of One
Arc
Piece.
structure is always pretty straightforward.
But the One Piece way, the world building, the characters,
Breadcrumbs, Chris. We talk
breadcrumbs,
about the
planting seeds.
Sure.
We always talk about this. Now JoJo comes in more in the art style aspect, more of the art style, more of the violent. It's more violent, it's more mature.
I
After I
would
watched-
say that.
After I watched JoJo,
Yeah.
you know,
Did you want to tackle more mature things after you read JoJo?
no, I always
Did you want to
wanted,
get
always
more?
wanted
Did you
to.
want to get more silly? More?
The comedy? Here's the thing, right?
Did you want to get more esoteric? Did you want to put your own
Craziness.
spice into things?
Sure.
Were you shackled? Were you unshackled from that fear of maybe this is too strange, or maybe this is a thing that is my own personality that maybe the audience won't understand, but I'm gonna put it in anyway because it's my story.
I think what I learned from JoJo was, your main character can look silly, but that doesn't really matter because then people get more connected with it. Whatever, you can always. Your main character doesn't always have to be the hero. Doesn't always have to fucking Your main character can have some down moments, some character stuff. That's what you learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the classic Goku story.
Always win.
Always win. They have their ups and downs. They have their inner world, all that kind of shit. So you learn that from different stories. You read, and you analyze.
Now, will you do 900 chapters about fruit?
The fruit minutia.
Do you go into the minutia, or do you stay clear?
No, we try and keep it. We try and keep the pacing on point. All right, we're not doing that
We're not-
JoJo monthly
Okay.
fruit talk. We're not doing that. But there you go. Where does Cancel Lords sit? My question is,
What?
we're going into the ancient lore vault
Yeah.
of Eric. The original comic
Much deep.
did demonic corruption or some shit. We're talking
This
eons ago.
is the thing, right?
Is it an evolution?
I mean, it's always an
It's
evolution.
always an evolution, sure.
Not really. This Cancel Lords is just completely
Comedy.
esoteric.
But
Comedy.
it's got action. It's got
action. Now, the action always comes
yeah,
from the Master Toriyama.
sure,
You always strive for that action.
sure,
But what we learned from One Piece and JoJo
sure.
is from One Piece especially, push those extreme emotional faces.
Yes, I do
Right.
have. I do have. Emotion. I do
From
like,
JoJo, push those extreme poses.
yeah,
It's all about the dynamics of the shot, right? You see a lot of shots, you see a lot of panels from perhaps amateurs or people just starting or even midterm
Yeah.
guys. A lot of boring static things
sure,
just to throw the exposition out.
sure.
But if you're gonna have someone just talking in a speech bubble, at least have an interesting drawing. Set
Yeah.
up some interesting composition. You're always gonna be interesting and dynamic. That's what we learned from JoJo. The interesting and dynamic things. One Piece also push those interesting dynamic poses. When characters are talking, have something interesting happening.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know.
There
And
you go.
themes and things. For me, one of my greatest hatreds in this world is wallowing in self-pity and never coming to terms
with that.
with that. All right?
Shots fired.
People can be sad and upset,
Sure.
but you got to push through it. I don't want
right.
people sitting in that and then the audience being like, "Yeah, I feel that because my sad life is like that." It's cheap. All right? You should be challenging your audience to move forward. I don't want to fucking be like, "Yeah, I'm sad for 900 fucking chapters."
You see, this chapter.
Not for the main character. You can have sad people,
But look,
like Jorno Christian. He pulls people out of the darkness.
exactly, gotta pull people out of darkness. Now, this chapter, we got 3 pages of darkness, and then it gets fixed. So,
Of course.
of course, you can't
You got to show the darkness to
self-doubt,
improve the light.
self-doubt, and then it gets fixed,
Sure,
and that's what it is, right? By other characters, character development,
but
all that kind of shit.
don't have me wallow in self pity for way too long.
Yeah.
Because then I start going, this character's shit.
All right. Next topic, coming in from the man Krusop. Talk with the show why people like the Flying Six more than the Scabbards. Alright.
Let's hope Kurosop is ready. Kurosop, you're on the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
We're good.
You want to talk about the Flying Six? He wants to talk about the
Scabbard.
Scabbards.
Yeah.
Kurosop, I have a one-word answer for you. And it's
What's
hype.
that?
It's hype.
It's
It's
hype.
all hype. That's all it is.
That's that. What do you think about that?
Dude, that's what I like to hear. I mean, I just wanted to hear your guys' perspective just because, like, you know, I know that you're like aspiring artists and like manga writers, comic book writers,
sure.
whatever. So you might have more of a better insight than I do.
Well,
but
here it is, right? We see people say the Scabbards, but what they really mean is the wider ones are the shitty. Everyone loves Neko, everyone loves Inu, alright? People don't like Kinemon, Konjuro, and
Kiku.
Kiku because she doesn't do anything. Shinobu, I guess she counts.
Kirishira's brewing.
Kuroshiro's getting hype,
Osho Doji's brewing.
sure, but
But-
they've done nothing.
They haven't fought Monkey D. They haven't fought Sanji.
Yeah. So we've got, I would say Kawamatsu's kind of a sleeper hit, maybe, if he does something. So we got Inu and Neku, who I would say are more popular than the Flying Six. Alright? But we got fucking Raizo no one cares about. Meme Lord, Raizo. We got Kinemon no one cares about. We got half of them we don't care about. 2 of them we care about. Alright? Maybe you could throw Denjiro in there. 'Cause he's
And
hype.
you throw in some like the Flying Six have always upped the ante in terms of hype.
Yeah.
The Scabbards have down moments, questionable logic,
all that
weird
kind of shit.
moments.
Yeah. Like, we see Ulti this chapter, right? Puts in the work, gets the
Well,
respect of the audience.
it's feeding off that original hype that page 1 promised us with Sanji.
Yeah, and it's
And then
delivery.
affirming that hype with
Yeah.
Luffy.
So, we get introduced to a character group. Anytime you give us a group shot of villains, we're hyped, right? Because we know fights are about to go down. Right? That's all you need to say. That's all you need to do. Have a group shot of a group.
Sure, the
villains.
Yeah, the villains is always straight signaling to the audience that confliction.
Yeah, conflict,
Something's
fights,
gonna
hype, all that kind of stuff. And then the ulti stuff confirms in our mind they're strong, they're all strong. Maybe ulti's the weakest.
And then you
Who
start.
knows?
Then the machinations start.
And then we
Sanji,
talk about
Zoro,
who's who,
Jinbei.
all the kind of stuff.
Sure.
All right, so I think the clear answer is hype, and that's just the way it is. Because this
I got a couple more ideas.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, additionally, so I think that it like you said, hype. It's all about the hype, man. Like, you're absolutely right. But I think that the two things maybe that also play a factor is like the expectations and agency of the characters. Because
Yes.
like to be honest with you guys, like, I have pretty high expectations for the Scabbards, and I guess I was like, you know, maybe a little bit disappointed. But when I saw page 1 in the Flying Six, I'm like, oh, this is just like to hype up Sanji, right? Like, these are just gonna be like your, like, you know, run-of-the-mill villains or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like you get introduced to them and they're freaking trying to challenge like Kaido's commanders, and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, these guys are freaking cool, man. This came out of nowhere. Like it's just that hype, like the blowing past my expectations. And
That's right.
I
That's the thing to also talk about, right? Flying Six, low expectations, not really expecting much.
Well-
And then we get the Scabbards, we're expecting so much from them because they're so integral to the story. We're expecting so much from these Scabbards.
It's also, you see the Flying Six, they have that ambition.
Yeah,
And One Piece is nothing but ambition
sure.
to reach the top, so we respect that.
Yeah.
Because Otis trained us to respect the ambition.
I think there's more hype right now on the Flying Six than there is Kid. Your thoughts?
King,
Kid.
absolutely.
Not King, Kid.
Kid.
Yeah. I think there's more hype on the Flying Six right now than Kid.
Dude, like if Oda's really going to show us like infighting from the Beast Pirates,
Yeah.
like the Flying Six against like Queen or something, and they just like take out Queen, dude, that would be phenomenal.
We talked.
I love third party fights, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
We talked about this with Kaido and Odin.
Yeah.
The hype wasn't there because Odin didn't put in the effort,
Yeah.
right? Much like Kid.
Yeah.
There's no real impact in his attacks. This week, Haki Clash, Explosion,
Choreography.
Luffy doing some speed shit.
Yeah. That's all we need from Kid. If Kid speed blitzes someone,
Knocks
does a
him out,
maneuver, and does a big attack, that's all we need from Kid. But we're not
show some
getting
Haki.
it. Yeah.
But it's much
So-
like it's much like the Rio shit. Because if Oda showed us the Rio shit, everyone would explode with hype for
Yeah.
Luffy.
It's-
Oh,
we're saving it.
absolutely.
We're saving it,
But
right?
it's under wraps.
Yeah.
So it's that.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
oh sorry, like with Kid, I think that the people that are Kid fans, they're fans for one freaking reason, and that's his like line where he said, he kills the people that laugh at his dreams. So
Sure.
that one line has like carried him throughout the entire like last 400 chapters or whatever.
Exactly. Did anyone talk about Kid last chapter? No. Everyone's talking about Ulti. Everyone's talking about Luffy. All right. Kid
Hell
needs
yeah.
that hype on him to start the conversation on power level and shit like that and hype. All right. So I think Oda has done a very good job of introducing the Flying Six, telling us that they're strong. Telling us what they can do.
Yeah.
More so than Whole Cake Island, because we got these characters in Whole Cake Island, a similar kind of group, but they didn't really do anything. Sure, you got Perispo doing a few things here or there, but they're not like clashing with Straw Hats.
If you challenge the main character with some legitimate threat,
yeah,
right, and there's some struggle there,
yeah,
then those characters instantly shoot up
yeah,
in favoritism, hype.
that's right. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, and like,
hype. and then he throws Yamato on top, knocking out.
oh
Ulti.
god,
it's a classic.
yeah, Yamato has like really piqued my interest as well. Like that's
What's interesting
freaking
about that
phenomenal.
calculation is
Yeah,
you would expect people to shit on Ulti
no,
because she got hit with the Thunder Bagua, right? But we understand what that attack does. We understand this is Kaido's son. Still massive hype on Ulti.
exactly. It's a master balancing of hype.
Mm-hmm.
Because we start the chapter hyping her up, giving her the fight against Luffy. And then we grab that hype and we transfer it over to Yamato, and we've hyped two characters in one chapter.
That we're excited for, of course, Denjiro.
Sure.
Basically, that's it.
But if Denjiro actually fought
'Cause
Sasaki...
I think it's also the thing, we don't expect the Scabbards to have major fights as well.
But look at this,
Yeah.
right? Look at this chapter. Imagine last chapter we got a similar thing with Denjiro and Sasaki. We would have hyped up Denjiro so much in our minds, but we didn't get that. We got a little gags, kind of switcheroo kind of deal.
Big neck, though.
Big neck, showed us his back. We all like to see it, but didn't really hype us up. So I think there's still a lot of work to do with the Scabbards. There's just a lot of work to do with them. All right. So yeah, I think that answers the question.
But I think some hype shit's coming with the Scabbards. It's
Sure,
just
they're gonna
bubbling
do
away.
something.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. Thank you, Crusoe, for for your question.
Appreciate
We
you.
appreciate you.
Yeah, it was good being on again, guys.
No
Like
worries.
as always.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Thanks, man.
Interesting little mechanisms going on, Christian. Maybe one day we'll talk about the hype equation in terms of
We've talked about it so many
we sort of
times,
talked
though.
about it, but I'm talking about
What?
how to balance
The
characters' hype with each other, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have two hype characters and they interact,
Well,
how do you balance that out so both characters come out
Come
with the
out on
hype?
top.
Yeah,
It's a hard thing to do.
it's a masterful play,
Alright, you gotta tread very lightly.
underrated play.
Sure. Alright. You gotta know what you're doing, you gotta play it safe, alright? Now the classic way to hype normally is to just throw an OP character amongst trash and just destroy all
It
of
doesn't
them.
work. You need
It does when you just blow the scale out. You know, fucking
But if Mihawk turned up, fucked up, Don Creighton left, who gives a fuck?
he
But it's
kinda
the
did,
fact
though.
that he
Fucked up Zoro.
destroyed Zoro.
Yeah.
You always have to throw the hype man at someone that's relatively
Around
has
that
his
level.
own ambition and hype on him.
Sure. No, I get that. That's fine. But
But how do you not take away from that character that loses? It's a good balancing act.
alright. We're moving on to Now, I'm gonna ask him how to pronounce his name. I swear I've asked him before. But it's Corvo. I think it's Corvo with a Q at the end. So Corvo Q.
Yeah.
Does the fact that Zeus is a power-up for Nami indicate that Big Mom will not die but retire as a pirate?
Minutia question.
Minutia question. Is he around? Yes, he is.
Welcome to the show. You're on the show.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's going on, man? Now, first question. How do you pronounce your name?
Yeah, you got it right. It's Corvo Q.
Okay, Corvo Q. There you go. I thought so.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, go ahead.
No, go. You can say the question.
Explaining question.
Yeah, so One Piece to me has a lot of moving parts. Maybe you could even call it complex, but it's not convoluted,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's one of the big reasons why I watch you guys, because you're pretty straightforward. It's like, hey, this is the way the story's always been. This is
Yeah.
the way it's going to continue to be. So to me, the main characters aren't going to get weaker. So
No.
since Nami has Zeus and the Zeus and Prometheus seem like tailor-made for Nami,
Yes.
there's no way that they're disappearing from the story.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So to me, it either means that Nami's going to get the soul fruit,
That's
or
crazy.
that Big Mom, or that exactly. That's it. So I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And so that means that Big Mom's going to retire, befriend the Straw Hats, and let Prometheus and Zeus travel with Nami, and probably keep Napoleon for herself.
Now, a couple of those
complex
little-
question,
yeah.
devil fruit question,
It really relates to end of
unsure
series,
question.
because eventually Big Mom dies, right?
Maybe.
In the grand scheme.
For me,
One day.
for me,
Yeah.
the Big Mom's fate is interesting because questions around the soul fruit still exist. Do they die?
After she
Do
dies.
the inanimate augments die when
Ah.
when she dies?
Now,
Unanswered question. We can look at other devil fruits.
when we look at Mother Caramel, or Mother Caramel,
Yes.
and we see she brings a fireball to life. Now, that's not the same fireball.
That's not Prometheus.
That's not Prometheus.
No.
So,
Did she desummon it?
this is, so many questions.
Can you
about-
desummon the homies?
There could be it could be the fact that the homies don't die after the fruit because they still have lifespan.
Yeah.
They still have soul energy, whatever you want to say there.
But those guys in particular would have Big Mom's soul energy. So that's another. I mean,
That's another question.
we can get
entirely.
into yeah.
But it's already taken out of her body and given into those objects.
Yeah.
If she dies, does the
Right.
entire soul die? Where does the soul go? Does it go to the underworld? Brooks' underworld. A lot of questions here, Christian.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah.
Is the soul trapped in those bodies? Forever?
I mean, Cracker scared him out, so no. You know,
They did scare them out. They had to be taken out.
Devil fruit mechanics are always
It's a
hit,
lot of
hit or miss.
questions. I think Oda could, like, it's a question, right? If Mr. 3 dies and he has candles everywhere, do
Yeah.
those candles disappear?
No, because maybe.
Yeah, I'd say no.
You gotta look at the summoners devil fruits, right? But it's a
Yeah.
little bit more
Yeah, yeah.
complex because there's souls involved.
Well, let's get back to the question. I think the main question is: will Big Mom retire as a pirate? Right?
Yeah, yeah. In the end, it's a power up for Nami. So is she keeping it for the rest of the series? I think so, and that means Big Mom's gotta at least until the big showdown with the world government is over.
Well,
'cause
here's
Big
the-
Mom's chilling.
Here's the thing, right? Zeus could go back to Big Mom, but Nami would have learned how to do Zeus level attacks from having Zeus.
Maybe.
Is that a compromise?
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
To me,
Yeah.
it seems redundant to give Zeus Tsunami.
But what does Zeus actually add? It's just firepower. He doesn't really do anything on his
Potential
own.
flight.
She can do that with her own cloud. Surely.
Not quite the level of Zeus.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like,
Potential flight.
yeah.
I think Nami Zeus is a thing. Nami Prometheus is also a questionable thing.
Because here's the thing. Prometheus is not the same character.
Sure, but could we do something with Usopp? Could we do something with Nami?
He,
Tech.
he seems like the angry guy, the guy that's the opposite to Zeus.
Sure, but we can have that connection at the end when Big Mom's
Sure,
out
but-
and they yell at each other and stuff.
I feel like I would feel the best way about this if Big Mom gets her shit back and Nami learned from this, having this creature with her, and she can do those attacks on her own, and she can fly on her own, and she learned from Zeus. I think that's a better compromise. Then Big Mom retires, and then there's questions about her soul and her devil fruit.
Well,
and
the
what-
fate of Big Mom is an infinite question
Yeah.
that we can't really answer because it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
does she join the Straw Hats? Does Luffy go back to Hawkeye and beat her and then she's out of the story?
Yeah,
Does
like-
she die? Does she
Because
come to some terms?
Because if Luffy defeats,
Does she
Big
go to
Mom-
Impel Down?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, we could talk about how Seasto doesn't really affect the homies. Because she had Seasto on her, Zeus
The
isn't
real
dead.
question is, we
Yeah.
need to find out where she used, what's his name? Fuck, why have I forgetting his name?
Napoleon, which one?
No, I'm talking about the Leopard Man.
Fucking
Pedro, where she used Pedro's soul. Because he's dead. If we find out where
Oh, so-
Pedro's
okay.
soul has been used, and those homies were died.
No, because Zeppo died, but that soul was in.
Yeah, Zeppo
someone.
died, but she still had his soul.
Still has the soul. Still puts it in.
Still has that soul energy and put it into a homie.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that's not a thing. So is the opposite true? where
Yeah,
if she dies,
so the homies still exist because the soul energy has already been ripped out.
see, this is getting convoluted.
Yeah.
All right.
And
No, that's the
complex.
problem.
And the other thing is, when did she make these three, special homies, and how much lifespan has that been? So she's lived to be like, what is she, 80 years
She's
old
like
now?
66, I think, 68.
Yeah.
Right. So she must have had these guys for for so long,
And can't she
she-
pull those soul back and get that?
People
energy back,
scoff
you
at
know?
the
Right.
idea of the Empress being an Impel Down,
I don't like it.
but we saw she was affected by Sea Stone and had to get them removed. So they can they can stay in Impel Down for 2 weeks while Luffy becomes a Pirate King,
I guess.
and then they escape and start rebuilding their empires or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But
so-
Luffy has to beat them,
Yeah, Luffy.
and then they go to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they get captured to get them out of the story, but not dead.
But here's the thing: Kaido has already been captured so many times, and he's always escaped.
But was he knocked out?
That's the problem.
Was
Like, we
there
have
Sea Stone
war.
used? We talked about how new the Sea Stone technology
I
is.
think the Empress is just too strong to be captured, and that's the problem. Because
Yeah, that's
Well, you can't
Yeah.
capture Shanks because he's got a devil fruit.
exactly, he just breaks out everything.
well, you just can't capture Shanks because he's Shanks, but
Correct.
But
also the devil fruit.
yeah, so
Yeah, I don't know. With all the positive foreshadowing between Lola and now the cover story happening, and then Katakuri pretty much being Luffy's like best friend
Yeah, that's right.
on Totland.
yeah,
I just don't see Big Mom, especially with the potential resolution her character could have, not somehow getting that, and then it just follows that she ends up gifting.
here's the
Zeus,
thing:
but-
we could look at what Perispo is thinking right now. He's against Big Mom. He's against this alliance. So could there be in crew fighting, and as a new captain emerges? Because Big Mom's out of her mind. Big Mom's lost. She's lost her strength. We've got to get a new captain in here. Could that be what it is? And Big Mom gets taken out that way.
The Big Mom joins the Straw Hats.
No, Big Mom gets taken out by her family as the ultimate irony.
It'd be interesting.
Because she's terrible to her family. Everyone hates her.
See, but that's what I'm saying. I think she steps down because she comes to butt heads with them, and they show her their competency, and in some way, something along those lines, and she's like, "Oh, okay, Katakuri's got this," and and he ascends to that position, and she just is like, "All right, what? I'm gonna enjoy my paradise that I actually did build already, and kind of live out her dream on Totland."
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems too good to not, and then like I said, One Piece is always gonna. Impossible things can happen, but it seems that for the most part, the plausible things happen.
Sure. So, I think that's plausible, but I don't know if that's satisfying for the reader because it's like we want the beatdown, we want the we want the big flashy lights and shit.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
At the end of the day, Zeus doesn't affect Luffy, so it's a non-factor to me.
In the fight, whatever.
At the end of the day,
well, we can talk about travel speed, all that kind of shit, but whatever. So, again, for me, the best possible situation is she gets Zeus back. Nami learns from this situation and grows with her abilities. I think that's the best for everyone. I think that's the best scenario.
I think she'll.
I can see that.
I think at the end of the story, she'll end up with both Zeus and Prometheus. That's just how it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I guess. All right.
All right.
Cheers. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Yeah, thanks
your
for your
question.
opinions, guys.
No worries.
No
man.
worries. All right, and that's the call-in show.
The Nami question always brewing in the background since Whole Cake Island.
Sure.
I think it's almost impossible to take it away from her and have her learn. What she
Why?
learned.
It's just a big thunderbolt.
I know.
It doesn't do anything.
But like, what did she learn? How did she learn it?
she learned fucking weather manipulation, whatever.
She could already do that kind of with the weather eggs.
She learned something. Let's just say she learned something, and then that pays off, and then she's learned it via she learned it. She earned it. It's hers. It's hers forever.
She already earned it. We already talked
But
about this.
she will not have this forever because the fact that Big Mom will die is true. So it's not a permanent power up.
Maybe you don't know what happens with the souls. We already talked about Zeppo.
Craziness, alright?
You already talked about Zeppo. Zeppo's soul's out of the body.
But Zeus's soul is not a normal lifespan. He will die sooner than.
Well, he'll die when the energy runs out.
Exactly. And
You don't
Big
know how
Mom.
long.
If Big Mom dies, the energy source stops.
Now, is it a specific time limit or is it the energy used?
It looks like the energy used because Zeus or Prometheus absorbs the fire and gets back to life. So, a lot of questions, alright? A lot of delve through minutia.
Sure.
Alright. Moving on
Shanks.
to Shanks. How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks? And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. But there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. Who think Dragon's the strongest. Who think sweatiest man on the planet Al-Qaeda is the strongest.
He's sweaty.
There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest. And worst of them all, there are people out there that think Ironman's the strongest. Alright? But every week we come with 100% factual information to prove these people wrong. And this week's information is Sans is so strong. We're fighting the generic anime villain that copies powers. Right? We all know this villain. In every show. The generic ability copying
Copycat.
villain. Whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
Right? The villain will try to copy the God King Haki. And he would instantly explode. Because the power is too great. And Shanks is the sum of all infinites. And how can you copy the sum of all infinites? Alright? You can't. Your head explodes, your mind can't handle it, your body definitely can't handle it. And the villain would instantly just kill himself. So he's the strongest. Shanks is the God King. Now moving on. topic of the show. Topic of the show. Are we too insular? But first, a donation.
Donation from
From
Lothar
Lothar.
Christian, $10. We appreciate donations on the show.
Yeah.
Yamato's son Yamato is Odin's son from Toki. She was pregnant at the time when Odin's ordered the execution. Kaido took him. What do you think about this? What do you think about this theory?
Read the whole thing. Or can Eric not read?
Yamato
I'll read
raised
it.
him to the stronger, unlike Momo, who was disappointed and a coward. So he's basically asking, Yamato, lost son of Odin, potentially taken from Odin, and Kaido raised him to be like Odin.
So the secret child,
Yeah.
from Toki,
Yeah.
highly
Kaido
unlikely.
took and just discarded Momo.
So this would be the youngest son
Yes.
of Odin. Let's just say he's 1 year old when the thing happened.
Just born and then newborn.
Stole Kaido's son and tried to raise. Stole Odin's son and tried to raise
Yeah.
him. You know, where was this kid? Why did we get talked? Why did anyone mention this kid? All these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible? Yes. Does it explain some things? Maybe.
Is it weird?
Is it weird? Yes. They call him Kaido's son. He says he is Kaido's son. He says it himself.
Well, he wouldn't know.
But this is assuming he does know because he's wearing Odin's garb. You know.
Yeah.
So why would he admit that he's Kaido's son if he isn't and he was a stolen child?
Well, he doesn't. He wouldn't know he's a stolen child.
Alright, so
for
that's-
sure.
we're
It was
assuming
just
he
like,
doesn't
it's
know.
kind of like this weird thing.
But
where
how
it's
would how would we find out?
yeah.
If he
how
doesn't
would we
know, how do
find
we
out?
find out?
Maybe
Unless
one of the
Hiroi
Scabbards
wants to
knows
tell
or
us.
something. I don't know.
Who knows? It's a possibility, but I don't know. I think it's unlikely. It's a bit weird, but you know,
Talk with the show, Christian.
there is things going on there. Top of the show. Are we too insular?
What does this mean?
Are the hardcore One Piece fans irrelevant
Yes.
in the grand scheme?
Yes, they are.
They don't really matter. And are we just screaming to our own audience? Are we just screaming to the choir?
Yes.
Alright?
We do this.
How do we reach the non-hardcore OP audience? And do
Well, I
they
like to
educate?
think on this show that we bring everybody on there.
We try and talk to the everyman, you know? We try and talk to
Different
people.
people come in and out.
Sure.
This is the thing, right? The hardcore are going to get invested. And the not so hardcore are just going to read it and move on.
Sure. You're gonna enjoy the hard moments, I'm not gonna really think about it, you know?
And if they want to become hardcore, there's various options. I'd
Various
say
options.
90% of viewers on, say, like, Roger's Base, King of Lightning, they're checking it out, or maybe I'll watch a video here and there.
Sure.
I don't know if they're hardcore. What defines hardcore? Watching this show every week, is that hardcore?
Watching this show every week is hardcore.
Are we the hardest of hardcore?
Of course. How can we not say that, alright?
Mm-hmm.
We go deep, we talk about bullshit, alright? It's always there. But why? Here's the problem I have.
Yes.
It's a bit of a when people do these, you know, hangout streams, these conversations, it's
Yeah.
always with the same people, the same topics always get brought up, the same, you know, ideas are always there. There's the agendas. Are we just talking in circles at this point?
Kinda, but you know, when new chapters come out, do we add more information?
Sure.
But the people have to remember, we don't necessarily do it for you guys in the audience. We do it for ourselves to have a good time. Like I go on Drew's channel
Just to roast
to
him.
talk shit.
Yeah.
I go on King's channel to talk shit.
Yeah. Talk shit with, you know, King. Talk
Yeah.
shit with Dritz. It's an interesting question because are we really...
'Cause
What
that-
are we here for?
But that's the vibe we throw out to the audience, Christian. This is kind of like a place where people who don't have hardcore friends can come
come
listen
here.
to us.
Talk shit about One Piece,
Yeah.
alright? But what...
Much like Guts
But what other...
or Dart. That
Okay.
like are looking for places to discuss
One Piece, talk about
some kind of
theories, you know.
friendship situation with
Sure.
with the audience.
But what is the point? Are we just trying to disseminate our own information? What's the point?
I think for us, we're trying to gather the ideas, break it down mechanically, use it for our own
Understanding.
goals and
Sure.
ideas, and
Yeah. I don't know. It's a meta question.
it is a meta question.
But
But Hebby also donated us $1 with no message.
thank you for the dollar. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go get a card from McDonald's or some shit. You know.
You're not gonna get that.
Is it 60 cents now?
Yeah.
Can't even get two.
That's sure.
Can't even get 2 cards. All right. Can't even split that. All right.
With the YouTube checks, you might get 60 cents. So
There you go. All right. So I don't know. It's a weird meta question. Like, you go to Drids for the negative take. I feel like that's what people do, right?
why do people debate? Why do people discuss things? It's more of a
It's kind of like this whole like question in the game industry now with like reviews and the fucking reviewers.
yeah.
And do they really represent the audience and how they feel? Like, there's this people, like, you take Morge, you take Dritz, right? Morge always takes the positive, Dritz always takes the negative. Is that up to the viewer? Why are they doing it?
I think
You
that's
know?
more useful than the game reviews these days, where
Sure.
it's like no one really reads them. They just
Let's look
at
at
the
score, yeah. Metacritic.
At least Drizzle will give you a different take.
Do we need a Metacritic for One Piece chapters? We can set that up. And that'd be very interesting.
You'd have to aggregate it. You'd have to give.
What's
pips
wrong with that?
submit.
You just go submit your ratings, and we have a list.
And then there's a link to a video of your
Sure.
review.
Sure.
It's not a bad idea.
The One Piece aggregate, alright? We aggregate the scores. What did this chapter get? Is it worth... But it's always worth reading because it's free,
Yeah.
alright? And it takes 10 minutes of your time. Like, we're not really here... Are we here to review or are we here to discuss? Because some people are here to review. Some people are here to discuss. Some people are here for theories and shit. Like, what is the meta? What is the meta point? Because I feel like a lot of people don't really have a meta point. They're just like here to just to be around.
There's
you
also
know?
a meta game going in the community where it's like, I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
This is why you're wrong, I'm right.
Yeah.
Which is always a good time to play.
I don't know, more philosophical question.
There's always a villain.
There's always going to be a villain, alright? And we thank Dritz for being that villain, alright?
Fiji rising in the ranks.
Fiji running the ranks, of course. How can we forget? Alright? So write in the comment below maybe why you watch reviews and why you watch different people. Are you just looking for entertainment? Are you looking for an actual opinion? You know?
I'd like to think that we give interesting takes.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know.
Sure. Sometimes.
Maybe we predicted a lot of things in one that are way ahead.
Yeah.
Which is whatever, you know. If it
All
happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Alright. Moving on to the Thunderdome.
This week on the Thunderdome, Christian.
Thunderdome. We have Dart coming in. Garp versus Kuzan. I really don't feel like Garp has a chance here. And is that blasphemous? Is that wrong? Because we're talking current day Admiral.
You got to give it to the youth.
You got the current day Admiral versus the old man, who's
10
the
days
legendary
stamina.
old man.
10-day stamina.
10 days stamina is the sweatiest man on the planet. How can we forget? Alright. Garp has the legend. Garp has the glory. Right? But Garp, old man. Right? Are we saying Garp is stronger than the current day Admirals / Admiral level characters? Because, you know, Kuzan's not an Admiral anymore. You know, we all know that.
I think we personally have the old man trio in between
Below.
first commanders and admirals.
I think it's crazy to say that the old man trio is above emperors, and I think a lot of people would agree with that, right? Because what's Garp got? He's got the haki, and he's got the physicality. How does Kuzan not at least match that level? Plus the Devil Fruit.
X Factor.
Plus the massive X Factor Devil Fruit, right? Now, I doubt Garp's getting frozen and shattered because, fucking Conqueror's haki, all that kind of shit.
Maybe he's just hype.
Hype. Is he getting tagged? I feel like Kuzan has the stamina. 10-day fight. He's not gonna get one shot. You have to be in there for the long haul. Does old man Garp have the stamina? Nothing to indicate that he doesn't. But we just haven't gotten that confirmation. He does say he's half as strong as he was. That's all we got. Really? Alright. So I'm going to say... I think we have to give it to Kuzan. Because how are we going to say that old retired man...
Manipulates his environment to his advantage as well.
Sure, there's water, there's grass, there's land.
Could turn into ice.
Sure. I think it's disrespectful to say the old man trio, the retired old men, are stronger than the active players. The active top tiers. Like the Admirals. So I think we have to give this Kuzan. Sorry, Garp, we love you. Alright, we gave you the win against Odin. Alright? We gave you that win.
Yes.
But we have to give it to Kuzan.
Kuzan has more X Factor involved.
Sure, 100%. I know people want to gas Garp up as he's still the strongest character. He's still this fucking monster, gonna destroy.
No doubt he's a monster.
No doubt, but we can't forget he got bloodied by Luffy. Alright? We're not gonna forget that. All
Some
right?
people say bloody's not a thing. Oh, it's a thing. And
Bloody-
it will be taken into account.
Bloodied is a thing. But, Garp still got it in the fact that he speed boost Marco, that he knocked him out of the sky. He still got it. The question is stamina. And is that enough? To beat an
To be clear, we're saying
Admiral.
Garp is stronger than Katakuri,
Yes.
but not as strong as the Admirals. That's still very powerful.
Still a very powerful character.
Very powerful.
But I can't see it going Garp's way. In his old man form. But in his prime, that's a different story. Alright? We're talking
Top tier.
top tier, top 3 in the verse. Alright? So there you go. As it's done, moving on to questions. Moving on to questions. What's going on with the questions? Alright.
What do we got this week?
We got Jekko D Dragon coming in.
Returns.
Just coming in to say hi. Yep, I'm still around. From episode 10 he started watching. Alright, he's been lurking. I never really had a question to ask, so I'm going to leave a question this time. Do you follow the One Piece re-editing on Manga Plus? What do you think of it?
No.
Now, Stephen Paul is going back and re-editing the bullshit translate.
Is this legal? Is this official? Is this...
It's on Manga Plus, it's official.
Okay, so he's changing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't
Now here's
change
the problem.
much. Does it just change Laugh
Here's
Tale?
the problem.
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
the old translations.
Yeah.
Now,
What's he
New
changing?
translation-
Is he just changing names? What?
titles, like, this is in the Mihawk debacle, right?
So this is wrapped up.
World's greatest swordsman versus world's strongest swordsman. Stephen Paul changed it to strongest because it's more accurate. So people say that's more relevant. So then the old translations
Is there some
invalid.
Japanese word that means the best, and then
Yes, it's
people
always-
interpret it as the
Yes.
strongest or the greatest?
Yes, alright?
Yeah.
So the old translation's not as good. There are some mistranslations, some errors, but there's so many different translations now. It is ridiculous to keep a track. Alright? Absolutely ridiculous.
Sure.
They're gonna fix Logtown instead of Roguetown.
Yep.
So yeah, it's ridiculous. But
People in the chat asking if it's Old Man or Prime. We're talking about Old Man Garp.
talk about Old Man Garp. as we've always said.
Uh-huh.
All right, all about Garp. Right, Prime of course he wins that fight, no doubt. All right, moving on from the Doctor about fan-made Arthur chapters. I agree on your take that the reveals like Devil Fruit Tree shouldn't be included since the story's going to do it, but I absolutely love to see fandom stuff like this after the story is finished. Like after we know the full potential of Haki, we can go back and do Aokiji versus Aokiji in a fan-made chapter and see a great fight. Would you guys be okay with things like this after the story's finished? Fights, I said it in the episode last week, fights are fine. I don't care.
You need a master player to do it.
You're going up against the owner, so you gotta be.
You gotta
On
throw
some
out
sort of level.
you gotta throw out a Katakuri versus Luffy fight if you're gonna do Akinu versus.
You're asking someone to draw a legendary fight that we'll never see. So it's gonna be legendary in every way. Talking about Devil Fruit use, talking about Haki use, talking about art, we're talking about palette.
It has to be at the end as well. We need to know personalities, we need to know all the abilities, we need to know what they have.
Exactly. So I'm fine with fan-made chapters. Just don't do cringe fucking Gorosei have the immortality Devil Fruit surgery.
Yeah.
Relax on theories, alright? Don't put theories in them. Just do fights. Maybe do an island or some shit, you know.
Sure.
You know, relax a little bit. From Thunderbird, what's the deal with Green Ball and Uranus? With how OP is going, when the hell are things going to be like this in the story? Uranus, I believe, is on Wano. And that's why Wano's so fucking important. We'll find out.
At least
in
a
the series.
poneglyph about it.
Now, this adds. Marco saying they're calling this Onigashima now adds to the fucking mystery. What did this place used to be called? Is this some sort of ancient history bullshit? What is this skull? Was this skull Uranus?
It'll be ancient history. It'll be a battleground of some sort.
Now, my theory that Uranus is a terraformer still happens, and I believe it's on Wano. We'll see if it happens. But
How
Green
can we
Ball,
forget Brooke saw a poneglyph guarded by 2 statues of soldiers
sure,
in
the castle,
the castle in Wano,
sure.
in the flower capital.
Now, when we're talking about Green Ball, Albath, when does this character appear?
If the Navy turns up, a Green Ball will turn up.
Sure. But we look at Fujitora, he's in the entire arc of Dressrosa, he's introduced in Dressrosa. I think Green Ball deserves the same treatment. Surely Albath, surely maybe it can't be the final war. We have just a new emperor just hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Green Ball has to be relatively soon. Next arc is make or break. Otherwise, he just turns up and he's like, okay. To be a major focus. If he turns up in the final war, he's not going to be a major focus.
Well, Akinu turned up in the Marineford without.
Yeah, but he was kind of like the big
guy,
the big kind of villain of that arc. So it was his thing. Like Green Ball's not going to be the big guy in the final war.
Yeah.
So you know, from Tom, who will be the one to save Momo from the execution? Do you expect any similarities to Ace's execution?
Luffy will save Momo if anyone.
But he's currently stuck with. I think Zoro will do it just because that mentor relationship. If it's make or break at this point. Like it either is or it isn't. Yeah. So I think Zoro doing it makes the most sense in my mind.
Some super precision slashes.
Yeah.
Where's the subtlety?
We might actually see the
subtlety. I want to see some
subtlety.
subtlety.
Might actually see some subtlety from Zoro.
In swordplay.
So there you go. From Joshua.
What?
How will Frankie's tech be useful against Kaido? Could Frankie build a Wapple wall like Sengoku used to stop Whitebeard? Well, we already saw the General Frankie taking out those Emperor hits.
Frankie has the potential to be very broken.
Right, seized no weapons.
Made of Wapple metal, almost unbreakable.
Yeah. So we'll see with Frankie and his craziness. But I imagine Uranus.
Tech's always been busted in One Piece. Like, the General could eventually have a Uranus cannon on it or a Pluton cannon on it.
So Pluton cannon, seized no weapons, all kinds of shit, alright?
You can do crazy shit with Tech in One Piece.
From Emperor, why is Eric so much more of a Chad than he's been into Christian?
Now I know what the next question is. So.
Yeah, Answer it.
Answer it. The host, stronger, faster.
Okay. Stronger and faster. You got the speed and the power.
General, just better. Always been better. Every test, every result. That's
Who's to say
recorded
you-
history. That's recorded
I
history.
don't know if that's okay. Moving on. From Captain said, why is Christian so much with Chad that he's beaten to Eric? Because I have the man defeating Yosuke Johnny. Alright? I don't need to prove anything else. Alright? This man's trying so hard to prove himself, bringing up stats, bringing up facts.
I got stats and facts.
Alright? I'm bringing up the fact that only matters.
You beat Yosuke Johnny.
I'm the man who defeated Yosuke Johnny.
Is that a feat?
Now, it is a feat.
Full body got the better of you though.
Full body is still added large, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one down defeat full body. But I'm the man defeating Yosuke Johnny. So I think that answers the question.
Alright.
Where is your W? You don't have any W's, alright? You're just all L's, right? You didn't get the time fruit right, and that's an L, right? How could we forget?
Now, if people remember the JoJo law,
Yeah.
I have a stan.
That's true.
Gifted by Dio.
That's true.
So,
You don't know how
Haven't
to
used
use
it
it.
yet.
You don't know how to use it.
haven't used it yet.
You haven't unlocked it.
Mhm.
Alright. You
No, I
still
haven't.
What's it done?
It's out there.
It's out there, it's
It's
lurking.
looking. Anyone comes at me.
Pulls
Full
it.
body comes, he's getting it.
Okay. I'm still waiting for that W.
Uh,
Alright, there you go. From Emperor. No, I already read that. From Guts. Do you agree with the sentiment that the OP discussion's been running pretty dry lately? Kind of talked about this, talking with the show.
it's a bit of a, like, this is the thing. People, a few hate Wano, so it becomes unfun to talk to them about it.
Yeah.
So it just becomes a mud flinging competition.
Yeah, like who can say the most shit? It's kind of like we're in like the
When
agendas-
everyone's happy, there's things to talk about.
yeah. When everyone just wants to throw mud and bring up other shit, you know, it's hard.
Start retroactively saying Alabaster's shit. You know.
You know, all this kind of shit. There you go. From Khaled. I'm gonna skip that question and you get thrown out of court.
You know why.
You know why. Alright. Despicable. Disgusting. Not tolerated on the show.
Unacceptable.
Alright. There you go. From Rhaegar. What if Crucifying Momo unlocks his haki and turns him evil? Effectively making him the next Doflamingo. Now, I don't know why. I don't necessarily know that Doflamingo's Conqueror's haki unlocking turned him evil. Pretty sure he was, you know, born the Joker, you know, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to see the world burn, wants his slaves, wants to be the king. You know, I don't know that him getting Conqueror's haki, him unlocking the Conqueror's haki made him evil. So could Momo use Conqueror's haki here and he gets out of this?
Yeah, possible.
And Kaido's like a nani. This man has potential after all. So maybe. From Zarkon, can you showcase all of your sound bites you use? Okay, you know.
There's a lot of them.
I'll give you some of the favorites. You know, we got the baseball bat. We got the classic. We got the other classic.
If you truly want to know, open your mind!
And we got the new classic. How can we forget?
Instant classic.
And we got the rarely used but effective. We want to erase something out of existence, alright? We got it all, alright? Yeah, that's a sampling, but Eric says no.
But we're not giving you all. What is that? 6x3. We're not giving you all.
All 18.
18 of them.
Alright.
Alright.
There you go. From Dart, do you guys have a pet peeve with the community? How long's the list? You know? We all know for Eric it's the Blackbeard through Devil Fruits. We all know.
It's not that. It's the assumption that things are going to happen, and you build off that.
It's stacking theories.
It's stacking theories, which is never gonna work out for you.
Alright. My pet peeve, you know, it's like not understanding what the target audience is of One Piece is. That's my pet peeve.
Yeah, general lack of understanding of the medium and construction of the medium. Annoying.
And you gotta consider the audience, because that's one of the main things about writing.
Yeah.
No one ever does it.
So the most important thing.
You're always told to keep the audience in mind when discussing media. Otherwise, there's no context. It doesn't make any sense. There you go. From Stanza. When will the Straw Hats meet Bon Clay again? I think Bon... He's trapped in Impel Down. Is Impel Down to get destroyed? Did they free Bon Clay?
Escapes with Joker.
Escapes with Doflamingo. That's crazy. Alright. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Bon Clay's ever gonna meet them again. But, you know, there it is. From Red Robin Podcast. Do you guys think the meme that the first mates are close in strength to their captains? Absolutely not.
High level meme.
High level meme, maybe. No, Ben Beck we're not even close to the God King.
Stupid comment.
God King. God King level. Ben Beckman.
I mean, do we expect King to be close to Carter? Do we expect Katakuri to be close to Big Mom?
No. Alright, the answer is no. Alright.
Because we talk about balance and structure all the time. People don't understand the point.
The captain has to be overwhelmingly strong.
Yeah.
Like Luffy will be. You know?
Rayleigh can't be fucking Emperor level unless Odin was also Emperor level in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. But
From,
just take into account balancing and you'll be fine.
from the man with no name. Why are most One Piece games trash except for Pirate Warriors? Do you think the devs aren't good enough or they don't give enough time? Do you think a God tier open game is impossible to make? Well, it goes back to the Shueisha fucking
Legal situation.
the IP deal,
They have to use your
The
IP
licensing
every
deal.
year, otherwise they'll lose it.
which is ridiculous.
So I guess theoretically they could make 6 mobile games and then come out with a One Piece game. Christian, Breath of the Wild took 8 years to develop.
Yeah. I mean, what that kind of love and care in that One Piece game.
It's gonna take 8 years.
And you're only going to play as one character, not play as everyone.
People whinging Pokemon doesn't develop, right?
Yeah.
It comes out every year.
Yeah,
People wanting Breath of the Wild Pokemon, you have to wait 8 years.
that's true. So, it's the licensing deal that's the main problem. World Seeker had promised undercooked, half-baked. Needed at least another year in the oven. At least. Alright? To get that polish, get that looking good. To get that working much better. Now, did I find World Seeker more engaging than Pirate Warriors? I would say I did. Right? But doesn't that mean it's better? Yeah, Pirate Warriors.
Shout out to that smoothie trailer for Pirate Warriors.
You know, she just throws water babies and
Yeah.
shit. But it's a license, alright? It's a licensing deal. It just needs to change. If you want quality shit, alright?
Sure.
Now, how did Kakarot, what Dragon Ball Kakarot do? Or fair?
I think it did decently.
We need Ninja Storm guys to do a One Piece game. Why are they doing Dragon Ball? Get them on the One Piece games. Get Chunsoft out of here. Alright. They try, but, you know, it is what it is there. Alright. From Captain said, do you think Wano still has potential to be the best arc of the series? If you give us insanely hyped fights, it's possible. But we can't ignore Act 2.
Depends on the complexity of the fight. If you give us emotional value,
Yeah.
if you give us huge reveals,
Yeah.
it's got potential.
Yeah. This potential isn't extremely unlikely. The perfection of Water 7, the perfection of Eddie's Lobby. Can that ever be topped? You know, we're asking a lot. But we've got top tiers here. We've got a lot of hype to see.
I'm sure we'll reflect on Wano when the time comes.
Sure, I don't. The payoff would have to be insanely ridiculous to do it, alright? But
It's possible. The payoff could be ridiculous.
we're always trying to think of, we want it to be possible. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We want it to be possible so we get insane chapters and everyone wins. That's what we want. But will it happen? Who knows, alright? From Jordan Lee, what are your top 3 anime/manga villains in Shonen? Top 3. In order. Really great villains come to mind in the form
It's good memes.
of JoJo. Of course. Now people gonna bring up Griffith. Of course.
Not Shonen, so it's a bit outside the question.
Not Shonen, bit outside the question. Did he say Shonen? No, he said top 3 villains in anime and manga.
Yeah, okay.
Alright? Not Bob, we're not talking about any anime or manga. Alright? People gonna bring up Griffith.
Thoughts?
He reaches cartoon villain status during the eclipse. Alright? Where it's just like, you didn't have to do that. You just did that out of spite. You know. Pure evil. You hate him. Effective. Alright? Griffith, effective villain. Alright? The drive there, the hate's there. Does he make the top 3?
Give us the top 3.
What makes a great villain? Memorable, intimidating, threatening, has a plan, has an ideology, right? So, a couple things come to mind. We're talking about Funny Valentine from JoJo Puff 7. Okay? We're talking about... Here's the thing, Dio is the most memorable villain of all time. But
Is that memes? Is that
it's memes, it's hype. Does his plan make sense? You know, his ideology. You know, I'm talking maybe Kira from JoJo Part 4. I mean, we got the long term villains from One Piece. We got the Blackbeard. You know,
Mango is pretty
still
good.
undecided. Mingo's pretty good. It's hard. It's hard. Put him on a list.
Who's more iconic, Cell or Fraser?
Frieza's more iconic. I don't think that's a... But the Dragon Ball villains are good because
they're not good villains. They're just
they're the classic shonen villain, right? I would if you're gonna throw in Frieza, I'm gonna throw in Maximilian Pegasus.
I was gonna say Pegasus.
All right, how can you forget?
Is that
The
more
ultimate.
meme than anything though?
Fruity villain. He fucks Yugi up.
Yeah.
All right, then Yugi pulls out some ass pull and wins. All right.
Classic Yu-Gi-Oh.
Classic
Ask for
Yu-Gi-Oh!
the game.
Ask for the game, right? Ask for the anime. But can't forget about Pegasus. Fruity villain has power. Has all
When you
kinds
think
of
about
stuff.
the envelope, kind of weak.
Diablo not the greatest villain, great power.
He's a good. The boss is good.
No, Diablo's a great villain. He's got the power.
Yeah.
He's got the threat.
The mystery.
He's not as good or as memorable as Kira or Funny or fucking Dio.
Just give us
Yeah.
the order and then wrap it up.
Order. We're gonna go Griffiths 3 because I feel like the villain aspect is memorable. It's great.
Yeah.
It's impactful. You understand. You kind of understand where he's coming from. Not really though. Yeah, Griffith, and then we'll go Kira, because he just wants to live a normal life. All right, he's fighting against his own nature.
Sure.
Alright? He's trying to.
We can
he's
all
trying to be,
respect that.
All right, we can all respect that. All right, and then number 1, Funny Valentine. You know why? Not really a villain. You know, he's trying to make America great again. So you know, There you go. Funny Valentine, great villain. Number 1 for me. You know why? Because Araki does something great. And you know what that is? Not really a mustache twirling villain. He's kinda questionable, right? He does a few questionable things. I'm not gonna say he doesn't do a few questionable things, but all in relation to what he wants.
Yeah.
For his people and for his country. Alright? So there you go. I'm gonna say that's the order. Next question. Last question. From Onan Sun supporter. Got 3 questions again. This man all covered in 3s. Alright? How do you guys feel about the OP anime coming back today? Feeling good. We're promised great animation. Alright? We'll see how it goes. This isn't necessarily the best area. Will we see Rio? How the anime gonna handle Rio? Is it gonna be an aura? Is it gonna be what is it gonna be?
Well, they've already done it once.
They did some bullshit, alright?
Really?
Yeah, but you know, are they gonna do it for Wano? This is that Wano bullshit in the Kano fight where like Luffy has the evil Haki aura. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Second question. What things have been what would things have been like if Shanks appeared in OP chapter 983 question mark. 983. The answer is when. What happened in 983?
So if Shanks one shot,
Because 180 was what 183 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have won the war.
One shot ulti, the community would have exploded.
Heads popped off.
People would have been like, "The man's here. He's gonna fuck shit up."
Yeah.
What do we hope?
Right. Third question: Is there a huge OP fan base in your country? No.
No.
Anime low key.
A lot of lurkers though.
A lot of lurkers. You see that law shirt a lot. The fucking the hoodie with the law logo. You see that one a lot.
But the hardcore men, who knows?
Lurking. I've seen a couple people play Treasure Cruise on a trade platform. Right? I've seen it. Right? In the wild. I've heard people talk about how hype Zoro is in the wild. That's all you need to know.
Sure.
Some bloke talking about how hype Zoro is and how he should want One Piece because Zoro's hype. Right? Is that the casual?
That's all you need to know. That's all you
need to know there. So no, I think the only place the One Piece community is huge is Japan and Asian countries. Unless it's like, maybe Germany. I've heard it's huge there. Certain parts of Europe, it's pretty big. But yeah, not here, not in Australia. Anime low key. All right. There you go. And there's the show. Another show in the bag.
Next we've got a chapter.
Next we've got a chapter. Like, subscribe,
Share.
share the video. Now this video is gonna get like 200 views. We know that. Alright. But we're here. Well,
Now if we bring various individuals to a round table, Christian, we'll get more views.
Sure, but
And have a good time, meme around.
we're not gonna have a good time. Because you know,
You get a couple, I'm not saying 1,000 people.
we would have saved those for special events. Like the 50, like the
that's
100. You know.
Is 150 a thing? Or are we just going to do the third anniversary?
Well, it'll be the 3rd anniversary at that point, alright?
It'll be like 156 or something for the third anniversary.
So there you go. There's your daily, weekly dose of the One Piece talk, alright? Next week we'll be here. We'll be here until the show ends. Until One Piece ends, you know? One Piece Z?
Questionable One Piece Z might still be here. Who knows?
If One Piece Z is quality, we'll hang around.
Well, we have to give it a chance. We don't know if it's going to be quality.
We'll call it the
And then
bonus
we're
round.
already in. We're in. Well, what? We're just going to wrap it up 5 episodes into episode 5? If it's shit.
Those are questions.
Are we just going to be like, this is shit, where's Oda? Every week?
That's the problem,
Yeah.
alright? One Piece Z is 10 years away, so we'll relax on that, alright?
We'll
The
make the call
JoJo
here
show will happen
at some point.
until JoJo ends.
we'll be old men.
We'll be old men. Part 9 comes out, finishes, we'll be here. The JoJo show lives on. As long as the anime comes out, alright? As long as the world keeps turning, the JoJo show will come out. So there you go. There it is. Shanks is the God King. Stay gold, baby.
Good night.